I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at the Broadband World Forum in Amsterdam for 2012, and I am speaking with UnboundID, Mr. Andy Land. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Not too bad. It's the end of the conference, so I have to look at cards now to make sure that I'm getting names and everything. I almost didn't even get the date correct, so pretty good. So tell us about UnboundID and what you're doing here at Broadband World Forum.
Sure. We're a startup out of Austin, Texas, USA, obviously. We came over to Broadband World Forum because we've just opened a European office about 5 months ago. We are in the subscriber data management space, so managing all that rich data about your users and making that available to all kinds of applications and services. So that's, our main goal is to try to meet customers that are looking to manage that kind of subscriber data.
So what makes UnboundID different or better than your competitors? It seems like it's I don't want to say a saturated marketplace, but there are a lot of other competitors.
Yeah, there are. Well, one reason is we come at the problem a little differently. I mean, we are a lot of ex-identity management guys. A lot of us worked at Sun Microsystems and have a heritage of dealing with identity, so we brought that knowledge to the high-scale environment of telco. And so that's where we think we have an advantage, is a lot of expertise, a lot of focus, and a lot of understanding around identity, which seems to be lacking a bit in the telco space. And the big providers, that's not the way they kind of think about the world. But identity is critical to everything we do. You can't bill someone if you don't know who they are. You can't set up a service if you don't know who they are, right? I mean, everything about what we do in a telco is about who.
And you can't inevitably help businesses monetize themselves via ads if you're not doling out the contextual-based ads to the right people if you don't know who they are and what they want.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And for one of our customers, that's exactly what they do, is targeted marketing based on the profile information we provide to their advertising engine. So they know what the user's watching. In this case, it's a television advertisement. They know what they're watching, but they didn't know who. So when you add the context of who to what they're watching, you get a very powerful set of information that you can fire off a very personalized ad. And obviously anything personalized has a lot better response rate than just something generic.
You know, it's a much better response rate, and I think that out of all the case studies that have been done over the last 5 years, prior to that, people were like, well, I don't know if I want to give up my information. My big brother is watching, et cetera, et cetera. But it was wrong. It was the wrong way of thinking. The last 5 years of case study has shown us that people, the consumers, we're more than willing to accept personalized advertisements if they're targeted towards us and it's something that we want. Then we enjoy it. Then it's something that's going to be useful.
Right. Well, I think with the consumer in general, convenience trumps privacy and security.
Right.
Though I will say, Facebook and Google are proving to us, obviously users are giving tons of information to them in exchange for free services, but what are Google and Facebook really doing? They're packaging that data up and selling it.
Yes.
So there's a model there for the telcos. Now, I would not say they should do it the way Google and Facebook are doing. They need to involve their users. Obviously, they need to abide by privacy laws, which are rich in Europe, less rich in the United States, but we're even moving in that direction. And I think there's an opportunity for the telcos to build products around the identity information they have, but if they don't include the user and abide by those privacy rules, it's not going to work.
What is some of the magic behind the curtain at UnboundID?
Sure. Well, a couple things. One, we're able to go fetch the data from where it lives. So today the problem is in a telco, many of the things about you are siloed behind an application. And they know you, 15, 100. I heard in one case, one of the big US telcos knows you 80 times. As soon as you become a customer, they throw you in 80 different repositories. We help you bring you don't have to get rid of those repositories, but we help you bring the key information from those about the user together so that at least you have one common view or one common understanding of the user, and that you can provide to any new service, any other service that touches the user.
So what are you doing here at Broadband World Forum specifically, and what are we going to see from you in the future?
Sure. Well, one of the big things we announced this week, actually on Tuesday, was the UnboundID Challenge, which is geared toward taking a look at your legacy infrastructure around subscribers, because a lot of the stuff the telcos have is old. It's been around for a while. You said it's a space that's been around, but it's very old, and we've seen in recent times there's been some major outages of that infrastructure because it's older. It's not stuff that's been built for this kind of new social, mobile, cloud cloud kind of environment. We built our stuff to be like that. So the Unbound ID challenge is, let us come in and take a look at your infrastructure around cost. I think we can save you some money. Around reliability, let's make sure your brand doesn't get damaged by having a major outage. And third, there's new services you should be offering, but your old infrastructure wasn't built to help you offer those, like monetizing the data you have. And we've built our infrastructure to do that. So that's our big announcement here at Broadband World Forum is, again, that Unbound AD challenge. Let us come in and take a look at your legacy infrastructure.
Fantastic, Andy. Pleasure to speak with you. You're well positioned within the ecosystem. I'm a big proponent of utilizing data in the proper manner to give the better customer experience to the end user, and I encourage all the telcos to get in touch with Unbound ID.
Well,
or at least take the challenge.
Yeah, take the Unbound ID challenge. It's only going to cost you an hour of your time.
Only going to cost you an hour of your time. Andy, thanks for the opportunity. I've been speaking with Andy Land of Unbound ID. I keep having to look at the cards here at Broadband World Forum on the last day. I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV.